All right, so what we're going to do now is actually make the home page. What I'm going to do is actually get rid of this section here because I don't want any of this. I'm just going to right click and we're going to go ahead and delete. Or not the section, the, what do they call it? The element there. Okay, and what I want to do is actually change this here. And I'm going to use this as basically like a big slider. Because usually if you look at the top of sites, they're often just one big carousel or slider or whatever you want to call it with a call to action. They have a button they want you to click on it. And that's what we're going to do here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click over top of this and click on edit section. And then I'll get my edit section options over here. And we want to do full width so it goes all the way across. And we will stretch the section as well so that the element will actually go all the way across, whatever's inside of it. And we'll leave the rest of that alone. Let's go to style. And we have the options for background. So you can see we can do a color, gradient, video, or a slideshow, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to click on this. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to drop the rest of my pictures in there. So we'll go here to here and just drop them all in there. And I will close that out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and right now they are all checked and I do not want them. So I'm going to uncheck all of these. I didn't actually want all these. I just wanted to upload them now to get it out of the way. So I'm just unchecking all of these. And we'll do, let's say, this one and this one. These are both kind of good overall kind of encompassing shots of the campus. We'll call that good. And we will create a new gallery. That's fine. And okay. And now you're going to see that basically we have the slideshow. It's got infinite loop on. It can determine how much time we want, whether you want to fade or slide or do whatever. We'll just go ahead and leave it like it is. I don't think I really want to do too much to it beyond that. There is one thing I want to do though. I'm going to go back to the layout over here. And I can choose the height of it right here. So you see height. Let's do minimum height. And then what I can do is I can use a slider to make it as big or small as I want. So I felt like it was a little bit too small, so let's just make it a little bit bigger, and we'll call that good. All right, sweet. All right, good. So I'm gonna click back on this, or not that one, this guy. There you go. And what I want to do is I'm just going to button in there, or actually I'll put text and then a button. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and we'll do a heading. So I'm going to click and just drag that into this, and I'm just gonna. We'll say, you know, maybe welcome to Cecil College, and I'm gonna go ahead and center that, and let's see, welcome to Cecil College, and we'll call that good enough. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm gonna click back on this to bring back my options here, and I'm just gonna put a button underneath it. So we have this button right here. So I'm gonna click and just kind of make sure it's underneath it, and then we'll have our button, and you can see it's way over there. So I'm gonna click on to center that, and instead of click here, we'll just say and roll now. Woo, right? And that's fine. Now if I want to adjust any of these button settings, if you actually go to style, you can see it'll actually give you a bunch of their options here. So I want to go to text color, and yeah, we'll go like this, and I'm just going to go ahead and let's just do black. I think that would look better than the white. The white on yellow doesn't look very good. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good. All right, so we have that, and I think that looks fine. So basically, we have a little slider, and you can whatever, right? So obviously, I would elaborate on this a lot more, and I probably would change this color because it's kind of hard to see against the background, but whatever. We could also do shadows and things like that, but I'm gonna leave that alone as it were. Okay, so let's do another section down here, and what I'm gonna do is just do 3 in a row, just like basically a highlighting section. So I'm gonna click on this, and we'll just do a 3 block. Okay, so this one up here, I just had one big thing for this section. So I got 3 blocks now. And that looks fine. So I'm just going to click off of it. If you click off of it, same thing as going this, same thing as clicking on this. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the blurb. Now you'll see right on the top here, we have these options, and these are the most common things that we really want to use. But I'm going to collapse per oak, because you see how they all have these little, we can't use them, we got to pay for it. But if I collapse it, you'll see there's even more down here. There's actually quite a few, which is pretty sweet. Anyways, I'm going to use this image box. I thought it was called blurb, but okay. It's called a blurb in Divi. Okay, there's one. And let's just click on the picture, and I'm just going to put, I don't know, this in there, and hit, whatever. And let's do another one. So click off of it, and we'll just do another image box. I'm just going to do 3 image boxes, basically. And for this one's image, we'll do, this one. Doesn't really matter. Great. I need to adjust these pictures. Let's see, can we do medium, large? Doesn't really. Let's see, can we do full? Not really changing anything there. Whatever. Okay. So then I'm just going to add another image box right here. And again, we'll just pick another picture, and let's just do, I don't know, we already did. Do this one. This looks like one that would go there. Okay. So we'll just say that these are like things where it's just options that you could go somewhere. So what I would do is inside of these, so you click this little, oops, crap, that's not what I wanted to do, sorry. I don't know how that got moved over, but go back here. If I select them, I can see their options here, okay? Now, I'm not going to do it now, but in the future what I would do is that, let's say this is a page and this is like, visit our campus. I could put the link to that here, okay? And that would definitely be, helpful. Let me see, do they have options for image? Here we go, width. Oh, here we go, this is what I wanted. Let's make it 100%. I'm going to do that on all of these. I don't know why, what's the point of the image size there? I guess maybe that's what it's sampling. Okay, 100%. And style here, width. Go all the way, buddy. Come on, 100%. Okay, good. Now, these aren't perfectly lined up because what you would want to do is obviously make sure the pictures themselves are all the same resolution. So, same aspect ratio at least, but these are not. So we're just going to leave it because that's fine. But I would normally edit all these images together to make sure that, they're perfectly fine. Okay, let's add another bit here. So we're going to go ahead and click on this to do another row. And this time I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to choose this one. And I want to edit the setting. I'm already in the edit section because I just made it. But if you weren't in it, you could just right click on it and just do edit section. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and again do full width. I'm not going to stretch the section, but what I did want to do is just so that you can tell that this is a new section. Like this is clearly a new section because this is an image for the background. But I'd like to do just a green bar instead. So I'm going to go to normal. We'll do classic. And then I'm just going to go ahead and sample my primary color. And so that will go all the way across. And then I need to, so yeah, that in classic. I don't think it's this. Okay. So we'll go back to, it's not in advanced, right? Let me see. Sorry, I just got to check. No. Go back to layout. We want full width, overflow. Okay, so I'm sorry, I mixed this up. I want it to be stretched section, but I don't want it to be full width. That way these will stay on the inside. I was thinking the other way around. So anyway, I want to keep this boxed. So basically the same thing. If you remember, there's liquid, and then there's our container fixed and container or whatever. So there's the liquid version or the fluid version, and then the truncated one. That's basically what this is controlling. So we want to stretch the section so it goes all the way across, but not the other option. Okay, so I'm going to click off of it, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a quote in here because I'm going to take the testimonial. Just click and grab it. And for my picture, I'm just going to go ahead and choose Adam Giacono. I don't know if any of you guys have had him at all. All right, and let's go to style, and I'm just going to make this picture a bit bigger. Take his image size up because he is very small. All right, we'll do 200. And we'll go back to content, and I'm just going to put, like, I just work here, okay? And the name is Adam Giacono, and he is a professor. All right. So what you're going to notice is we can't see this one right here. So that says Adam Giacono because it's using the same color as the background. So we actually have to change those. So I'm just going to go to the style here, and you'll see text color. It's got black for that, which I think I'd rather just use the white. And then the image, I'm not worried about name. That's obviously his name. So for that, I'm going to maybe use yellow. Yeah, we'll use yellow. And then the title has white, and I think that's fine. Kind of staggers that way. And so we'll just have a quote. And then that looks fine to me. I'm going to go ahead and click off, or click up here because it's not clicking off. And we're going to go ahead and put a heading in here. And we'll say, for our text, we're going to say, why choose Cecil? And we want to, on the style, we're going to go ahead and make this white. Right? So why choose Cecil? That looks fine. And I'll click off. Okay, it's not really working. And then I just want to do the text editor. I'm going to put that underneath, click and drag. And I'm just going to go to, let's take this just so there's more. I'm going to Control C, space, Control V, oops, space, Control V, and enter, Control V, just so that it looks like actual text. I'm going to go to the style here, and I'm going to take my text color and just make sure it's white as well. Okay, so that makes it a little bit easier. So why choose Cecil? That looks like a website. And then we're going to just add one more thing for our home page here, just for fun. And yeah, we're going to put that in there. So I'm going to click off, hopefully. Okay, good. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop a new title for this. Oh, actually, sorry, hang on a second. Let's do, we're going to do one long, big row. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and, there we go, put the text here. And we can leave it white because we just have this one as green. So this way you can see each section is clearly done. So we're going to say campus spotlight. Okay, that looks acceptable. Good. Let's click off, and I am going to put this time, and this one's particularly useful for those of you that might be like a graphic design or a web design major or something like that. You can actually put in a gallery. So it's not the same thing. Oops, I want to put underneath this guy. Sorry. It's not the same thing as basically it's going to be a grid of images. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this, and I don't remember which pictures that I used before, so we'll just grab a couple here. I don't know how many is that. I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want it to be 5. Let's grab this one too. Okay, so that way it's 6. Oh, and then we can put captions in these. So we'll just say like, campus scenery, and then the library, Elkton Station. I think it's how you spell Elkton. Is Cecil College Center. I think it's like the center section. I'm not sure what they call that. Center. What is that building called? It's like the, I don't know. We'll call it Cecil Gym. I know that thing's in there. And then this is the, I don't know, building A. Whatever. Okay, so we'll do that. Then I will insert the gallery, and you will see our thing here. So columns, we currently have 4, but what if I do 3? That way it's 3 by 2. You know what I mean? Or I can change the number there. Link is the media file, so basically if you click on it, it'll download it. Let's change this to, let's try medium. just because there's big gaps in there. Can we get away with medium large? Can we get away with that? Yeah, that's probably as close as we're going to get. Okay, so again, what I would do is I'd probably edit these photos. I just grab them off the internet, but I would probably normally, if I were you, as you should do, is that you'd edit to make sure they're all the same size so that all the alignment matches up. Right now, the only alignment they have is in the top of each line here, but otherwise it's not very aligned. And I don't think I want to do anything with styles. That's fine. And yeah, so we need to adjust, obviously, some of our upper and lower stuff, but that should give you a good enough idea of how to start. So when I'm done, I'm just going to hit Update. All right, and we will, let's just view page just so I can see it to make sure. Because sometimes what you're going to notice is that it'll look this way in here, and even though it's supposed to be one-to-one, it's supposed to be WYSIWYG, it isn't always the case. So you have to make sure that you check that. So that looks acceptable. All right, so yeah, there you go. Obviously it's not the greatest looking website or whatever, I get it, but hopefully you got a good idea of how it works. So when you're done with that, so good, I hit update or whatever, publish, I can't remember what it was. That's all good. That's all you need to do. So what I'm going to do now is just in here, I usually like to do this just in case, just close out of it, just makes it feel better. In here, what you're going to want to do is just right click over top of your site and just go to export. Don't worry about anything, changing anything in there. And then we'll call it this, and there's already one named that, or it didn't say it, but okay. Hit export site. Okay, and then it's going to export, yeah, see? Yeah, cancel. Okay, it was exporting, just being slow. Okay, you're going to export the site. When you're done, it's going to result in a, oh, I must have removed it. It's going to result in a zip folder that's going to say the site name on it, which will just be, mine's called SiteCone. It'll just be called that. You're just going to take that zip folder and you're just going to submit it onto your homework. So wherever it exports out to, it'll be a zip folder, okay? And that's it. Just submit that, and then you're good to go as far as this lab is concerned. Yeah, so feel free. Like, I don't have any problems if you want to explore or add more stuff or do anything with it. I'd rather you did too much than too little. You need to, at the minimum, basically do what I did. But if you want to do more or play around with it or add things or, change it up, all the better, okay? Because that's honestly how you learn. That's how I learn most of the things that I know, professionally or otherwise. So feel free to experiment and do those sort of things, okay? When I'm done exporting it out, I'm just going to hit Stop Site. It's going to take a while to stop. I'm going to give it, as long as it wants. I'll minimize it, go get a drink, do whatever, right? And then eventually, at some point, 10 minutes later, I'll actually just turn this off. But here's the file right here that you would submit. All right, and then that's it. So next week what we'll do is we'll create the subpages and probably the menus as well.